How y'all doing, everybody? This is RayRebelEars.com with another episode of the Rebel Ears podcast. And today's episode is special to me. The reason why this is special, because this is the first episode where we discuss the Brief Rundown. So the Brief Rundown is a newsletter that we have every Monday that comes out, and it's broken down into three sections. We have the Brief Rundown, where we discuss the recap of the week, what's going on this week. We also have the Gear of the Week, or Gears of the Week. It'll be multiple equipments that we're talking about, but the main one is the first one. I know this week is the PreSonus monitor, the E.5 Eris, if I'm correct. And the last one is Create with Strategy. Now, the Create with Strategy is for not just for artists, engineers, producers. This is for also content creators. We're going to break all that down. So let's go ahead and talk about the Brief Rundown. YL and I wanted to create the Brief Rundown, a basic discussion that we have every week in our newsletter. For anybody who wants to sign up to the newsletter, link in the description. Now, the thing about the Brief Rundown, so I'll discuss what's going on previously and what's going on this week. So this past Sunday that just passed, I had an interview with Clay James at SoundLynk Studios, the studio that he owns with his partner. And, shout out to PCMG. I know a few of the artists, Alex Ransom, Pimp Sweet Tooth. I haven't met King Elway yet. I haven't met Sincerely Dad or Skipper Jones, but I see what they're doing. Also, shout out to Sauce Lord Rich. Alex was talking highly of him. But I bring that up because I'm big on community, and I see what Clay James been doing, especially not too long ago. He had a contest at Takeoff ATL. Shout out to King Fresh at Treehouse. So at Takeoff ATL, which happens every Tuesday at Treehouse, 485 Flash Shows Avenue, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. So Clay James and a Pimp Sweet Tooth was there. Alex Ransom was there. And they had a contest for the artist they selected to perform at South by Southwest on their stage. And Octane won. I had an interview with him. Shout out to him. And it was dope to see a community building on something. And that's why I had an interview with Clay James. And let me show y'all something that I'm going to give to him. So these are not even out yet. This is exclusive just for Clay James. So these are the first Rebel Ears Fidelity earplugs. Let me see how I'm going to do this. So these Fidelity earplugs are basically for artists, musicians, even people who working in loud areas, warehouse, construction. These are for those who don't really want to muffle what they hear because, of course, you have earplugs like these. Hold on. Fresh pair. So normally you'll see people with these kind of earplugs. And the things that I don't like about these aren't good for you because these are made of foam. So, of course, you twist them and you put it in your ear and it just muffles the sound, which is not good, especially if you're trying to. It could be in a session, the artist wants to turn the Osbergers up and the engineer wants to hear the clarity of everything but don't want to have that ringing sound. The only thing these Fidelity earplugs do, they turn down the volume by 24 dB. I've been wearing Fidelity earplugs for years. I had a other pair. The product that's going to come out in the near future for those who want to purchase. And these were my old pair. Yeah. It came in this plastic container, not durable at all. Cap broke off. And then I'm going to let you know, I haven't used these in months and these haven't been clean, but I'll just show you how they look. So it's not the best quality. It's not easy to clean. And it just started changing colors on me. And after understanding the value and the quality of the product, I've been doing research. I bought multiple Fidelity earplugs, testing out which one I like. And this is one for Clay James. And this is the one, as you can see, no logo on this one. This is the one I got from the manufacturer to make me a customized engraved logo to see if I want to do a bulk order, which I do. But like I said, this is going to be for Clay James. So shout out to Clay James. Now, if you want to connect beyond the comments, jump into the Discord. We got engineers, producers, artists, folks who are actually making moves. Share your wins, get feedbacks, and stay inspired every single day. Link in the description. Another thing we're going to be doing at Treehouse is this Tuesday, actually. I'm meeting up with King Fresh later on today. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be for this week. So this Tuesday at Treehouse for Takeoff ATL from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Takeoff ATL and Rebel Ears are doing a collaboration. We're doing a free 2-hour session at SoundLynk Studios. More information on the date and the time, but all you got to do, come to Treehouse this Tuesday for Takeoff ATL. And I know Tuesday, tomorrow, we'll have a video somewhere on Instagram about what you got to do to, apply or be considered to even participate. But yeah, just come out, perform, network. There's a lot of engagement. So let's go ahead and talk about the gear of the week. So, of course, in the email, there'll be multiple links in there that'll have blogs about the equipment we're talking about. So this one is so right now we're talking about the PreSonus Eris 3.5 monitors. Why these monitors matter? They're studio quality monitors. They're under $100. You can't beat that, first of all, especially if you're a beginner as a producer, artist, or an engineer, want to start your home studio setup. These are the ones I would start off with. You don't want to go too expensive to the point that, you break your budget. You want to make sure you get something that has good quality. And like I said, these PreSonus Eris are amazing. I know YL put out a video last week for the Gears of the Week. That was our first week showing off the PreSonus. And there's also a blog on the Rebel Ears website, rebelears.com. You should go ahead and check it out. These are good for small rooms, especially if you're in a closed space. You can't have your music too loud, but you want to have that studio quality sound, basically. And it's a compact build. It doesn't take that much space. It's kind of similar to my Mackie CR3s, which I have in my setup. So if you're serious about your mix and you don't want to break the bank, go ahead and get the PreSonus Eris 3.5s. Link in the description. Now, the last part of this segment is Create with Strategy. Create with Strategy, like I was telling you, is basically not for just musicians, but these are for content creators. This is the segment that is something that I like to engage with, especially for the fact that I'm learning as I go. And these two apps that I'll let y'all know, Otter.ai and ChatGPT. A lot of people already heard of ChatGPT. It's a AI app, AI website that you can, basically, in my opinion, you can use it as your own personal assistant. I used it for everything when it comes to even drawing up the rough draft of the script for this video that y'all watching or listening to on the podcast. Even when it comes to the email, it helped me to create the brief rundown, helped me with Gears of the Week. It also helped me with the Create with Strategy section. So let's go ahead and talk about the Create with Strategy of the day. How do I stay organized each week? My step one is I voice record everything using Otter.ai, from meetings, brainstorming sessions, podcast ideas. So the first part, when it comes to a meeting, because I talked to Tony P about using it at Treehouse not too long ago. We was talking about doing the 2-hour studio session contest at Treehouse, and I recorded the whole meeting between me, Tony P, and King Fresh, and we were just talking about, okay, we want to make sure that if we're going to do this contest, we want to make sure we have everything structured from the easiest way for them to get the information and understand what we're doing. And we had a 35-minute conversation, and I used Otter.ai to record the whole conversation, and it turns the audio into transcript. Now, with me from Otter.ai, I export that transcript into ChatGPT, because the whole conversation, I can create a prompt, letting ChatGPT know, okay, I want to create this prompt for the fact that every time I have a meeting with somebody, you're going to outline the key factors, things that we need to work on, come up with a schedule for the next 2 weeks. It's crazy on how ChatGPT can break down in a matter of seconds, everything that you discuss. And I use this daily. I use Otter.ai and ChatGPT daily. When it comes to brainstorming sessions, what I do, I use my Galaxy Watch. I put it for 5 minutes, record on Otter.ai. I might do a recap of the day. I have a notepad that I use daily that I write in, but if I want to just catch some notes real quick or some ideas, I'll open up Otter.ai, talk about, okay, today I know the gear of the week is this equipment. I need to go ahead and get the affiliate link from Amazon, put the hyperlinks within the emails and the blogs when they come out that's scheduled. I have that recording on Otter.ai. Of course, 5 minutes, it'll be longer. But then after I recorded that segment, I import it into ChatGPT. And then the last part, podcast ideas, I use it for emails, blogs, podcasts, and YouTube. And even social media, there's so many things you can do. You got to try those too. There's going to be a link in the description. I know with the email that came out today, if you're not part of the newsletter, go to rebelears.com or click the link in the description to join the newsletter. So I just want to tell everybody thank you for tapping into the first brief rundown, the first visual, where every Monday we'll have a talk about mindset and strategy. Every Wednesday we'll have the gear of the week coming out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out the blogs, join the newsletter. And if you want to be a part of the community, go into the description and join the Discord, where we discuss content strategy, we network, and we also have a few giveaways coming up in the near future. And don't forget, if you in Atlanta, come out to Treehouse for the Takeoff ATL event this Tuesday for the first contest for the free 2-hour session at Murdoch Studios. But from everybody at Rebel Ears, want to tell everybody thank you for listening and watching. Keep tuning in.